So, where did Squeaky have lunch today? Where did they have lunch? Biddeford Pool, right?
Yeah, Biddeford Pool.
It's a beautiful day, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
We've been out on our rounds doing errands, and we haven't been able to fulfill one of those errands, though, have we?
No, I don't want to talk about that. I'm not talking about that.
We have not been able to find the personal touch, personal massager, fingertip massager anywhere in the greater Portland area.
We haven't been looking, I have.
Well, that's because I enjoy the thought of you bringing it up to the counter and purchasing it. I remember you were in complete big space the first time I required you to go and pick out a bottom plug and purchase it at an adult store, and you were in total big space then, and you didn't blush even a little bit. It was most disappointing. So which would be more likely to bring a blush to Squeaky? Purchasing a bottom plug from an adult store, or purchasing a personal fingertip massager in a generic vanilla pharmacy?
Either of the above.
Neither of the above?
Either of the above.
Either, of course.
Yeah, so there I am in Walmart, spending 20 minutes trying to look through. People looking at me.
I really should have you go back in and ask somebody where they are.
No, I do not want to ask anybody. I told you we'll try CVS. We'll try CVS.
So, you came to my island calling yourself Paddled Little Girl.
Stop! No.
How do you feel about that now? That's what you thought you wanted to be, I assume, using that nick, huh? And how's it worked out for you? Do you wish you'd picked a completely different...
Completely something,
Pampered
and spoiled princess.
Pampered
That's what
with
I
ice cream?
Yes.
Yes.
That's exactly right.
Well, it was a risky thing to call yourself coming to my little island.
Yes, but see, it wasn't my original impression of GI. I wasn't thinking of it as really being necessarily a place for discipline. I was thinking of the age play aspect of it.
Mm-hmm. But that's a powerful thread in most people's age play, including yours.
Yeah.
So you picked that name for a reason.
Yeah. I'd used that nick for quite some time in lots of different places.
Okay. Well, it's been 6 years now. We just celebrated our anniversary. 6 years.
Anyway.
6 years of being an actual paddled little girl. So, tell your readers what it's like.
No. Sheesh. Who are you, Dan Rather? Some sort of preverted Dan Rather?
I'm an empathic prevert, I told you. Well, I know one thing that a reader recently wrote and asked in our comment form wanted to know if any of your spanking romance stories and novels have any anal eroticism in them at all, or which ones would. We could point her to the ones that had that. And I got to thinking about it and found that interesting. That's a very heavy theme in your age play writing, but I don't think you introduce that at all in your discipline romance, do you?
It depends on which one you're talking about. Some of them are.
Have you anywhere?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just that the ones that are classical, essentially Harlequinesque romance novels are relatively vanilla, except for the spanking.
Yeah,
although
true.
there are some of it where it bled through. Where I tried to be very careful to keep Carolyn Faulkner from having an age play connection. And as a matter of fact, most of my age play fiction originally was released under Abby Collier.
I remember.
And there are a couple of stories where there's tinges of both things, age play and...
Is that because you think it would be antithetical to the classical romance setting, the romantic milieu, to have anything
which is kind of stupid,
too explicit?
I'm trying to... Fetish people are going to read what I write, and why am I trying to keep probably other fetishes that they're already interested in out of my stories? It's stupid.
I would venture to say that 80 or 90% of the discipline aficionados I've ever known had definite anal eroticism components to their intrigues.
Yeah.
So So it seems like it's ripe for the picking. Maybe that's a line, a series, or a line of romance novels that could be explored with a heavier, slightly darker
Emphasis.
sexuality like that.
Yeah.
Well, what name would you choose if you could go back and choose a name to give yourself for me to pick up on? What would you? What do you wish you had called yourself when you came to my little island?
I really was
20
not
years ago?
looking for attention when I chose that. I wasn't. At least not consciously. To attract you? No, I would have.
No, not to attract me. I don't mean that.
What would I have
I
picked
just mean to
if I was not gonna pick that?
to self-identify. How would you self-identify if you could go back and change that at this point?
Oh, I don't know. I never thought of that. I might have used something just generic. I might have used like Wolf's Cub or something like that. I don't know. I've used a Red Bottom Girl sometimes.
Much more, even more visual. Well, you're still here, so I guess six years of being a padded little girl haven't driven you away.
No, of course not.
Do I take that as a sign of encouragement for my?
Yes, you may.
For my madness.
You can quote me on that.
For my madness and my methods.
Yes.
Good. Well, I like to see you happy, and I like to see the gleam in your eye, and that gleam in your eye is it's never quite gleams as much as it does about an hour after a good paddling and 55 minutes of aftercare. So,
I guess not.
So I'm gonna follow my instincts and consider this to be just the beginning of the path for us then. Well, I will write your fan back and let them know that we're toying with the idea of a series of much more intriguingly bottom-oriented romance novels. How's that?
Yeah.
All right.
But I can probably point her towards them, although there's the problem with that I don't remember most of them.
That's okay. That's okay. Well, I didn't learn a great deal of new information, but it is a pretty spot for Pipsqueak to have had lunch.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing it with me.
Of course.
And thank you for sharing it with them.
No, them.
Say bye to them.
Bye, them.
This is Where Did Pipsqueak Have Lunch Today, signing off.